Hello and welcome to another video on Shopify. In this case, I'm going to make a quick overview of what is Shopify, why Shopify, and in today's video, I'm going to focus on Shopify apps overview and build an example apps. So, just to make a quick recap. Okay, so Shopify, after all, is an e-commerce that provides all of the commerce tools in a single platform. Okay, so you can think of this as several layers where it has the Shopify core products, where they give you tools to jump from the idea to business and start selling. So they offer you templates, tools to sell, so integrated payment processing, checkout, and SEO and marketing tools. And the second layer, which is the Shopify additional products and servers, such as easy access to capital or accelerate payment options. And this is something interesting, something I'm going to talk about that later, especially something called the banking, when they have the balance and the capital. And the layer 3 is our focus right now. Okay, so apps built by third-party developers. So Shopify has an app store, thousands of apps and features built by third-party developers. So to customize their store for merchants, obviously, without touching the code. So from the latest SMS app to the hottest new social media ads tool, right? And also, it has a market share or a marketplace for Shopify experts. But the question is, why Shopify, right? So Shopify supports the entire e-commerce ecosystems, okay, as well as is global, which merchants spanning over 175 countries. Shopify empowers creative expressions. Is the most integrated commerce out of the box, as well as absorbing necessary complexity from commerce, such as product management, inventory, payment processors, and shipping. So Shopify is built to scale with you, right? And talking about the Shopify features, like, well, create commerce everywhere. So they have storefronts that allow you to customize your front end websites to create unique customers experience, social channels integrations, or slash social media. So from one single place on Shopify, you can is not only generate content on your product, but also centralize and also sell that across different social networks or marketplace. So Shop app is this Shop app digital assistant. Okay, POS and retails that it offer is these options to merchants, so they can provide frictionless shopping experience to customers, manage staff, or track inventory, and more. Something that I'm not quite familiar here, because POS is very narrow specific to US, Canada, Europe, places like that. But in Latin America, that's actually something that you barely see there. Creator tools not only focus on content, but also to build a thriving business. Store data, media, and content. Brand logo growth tools. So Shopify offer is a logo maker, slogan maker, QR code generators, and other tools. And of course, a domain and hostings with Shopify. So when it comes to connect with every customers, okay, is talking about the customer segmentations, as well as marketing tools, and business catalysts to grow and scale. Something interesting here is the banking option, right? Where on this blog post, which is where it comes all of this data, okay? From this blog post, you're talking about something called banking. Okay, so banking. You have banking, balance plus capital. So the balance is that somewhat similar to PayPal, where you have this online platform that allows you to receive payment and you can keep track of your balance. And capital is for receiving funds from Shopify. Of course, zero equity, no stake taking ever, because at the end of the day, Shopify owns your store. That's what happens. So that's the reason why they give you with 0% of equity, because the platform they offer, so you build your application on top of your store or online store on top of the Shopify commerce. So actually they own you or they own this store. So this is perhaps one of the trade-off of this, and also a reason why in my case, a client contact me not only to fix and improve an application, this recipe kit, right? Recipe kit and this, right? Actually has nice SEO. Okay. So not only for this, right? It's not only for this to fix or improve bug fix on recipe kit. It also to migrate from Liquid, which is the template engine from Shopify, to something that is platform agnostic, which is in this case a React or Nux, and ultimately be able to use this blogging or app in other platforms. So that's the end goal of this. So yeah, this is actually the show up Google search results. So this is actually the application here. Sell more ingredient, attract new readers, and grow your Shopify recipe sites. Get cooking with 7-day free trial today. And this is also done with Shopify, of course. So you get the idea. So the client, okay, this client actually want me to improve. It is or fix some bug fix or improve it is current state of the app, okay, as well as providing is certain features that customers are demanding. All right. So this is the short-term goal. The mid-term goal is to migrate all of this Liquid store or all of the underlying logic into a React components, into a framework that is platform agnostic, that allow later in the long term ship these applications in other e-commerce platforms. Interesting, such as Square Phoenix, for example. Okay. All right. So now with that understanding here, okay, with the bigger picture, the question is, okay, which is from today's video, is like, let's go to look again the Shopify apps overview, okay, and build an example app. Okay, actually I'm recording is this and keep tracking is with Upwork, okay, my progress. So as I mentioned early in this video, I'm going to focus this on the overview and build an example app. Okay, so because I conduct a research uh, a week ago that the client actually, I negotiate with the clients to give me 2 days and ask ChatGPT a way to learn more about Shopify features. Okay, and develop a roadmap. So I asked ChatGPT, hey, develop a roadmap on how to learn Shopify as an experienced web developer with 5 years of experience, but without knowing anything about Shopify. So ChatGPT output that like this. So ChatGPT asking, okay. So ChatGPT actually output a or give me a result. So I have to refine that a little bit more, okay. Refine the prompt, and we make our huge overview, so to understand the bigger picture of Shopify, right? As well as the basic concept of e-commerce, right? And understanding is the free trial of Shopify, again, understanding of the platform templating language, okay, especially for creating templates, okay, and understanding the Shopify CLI for theme development and for the app development, okay. So which is something that we already did, right? So Shopify apps, after all, okay, they extend existing functionality from the Shopify. And most Shopify apps are built by third-party developers. As we remember, this is one of the features from Shopify, okay, from this blog. And that's right, that's great, because the most common use case here is to extend the Shopify admin experience or create unique buying experience to customers and pull Shopify store data into your apps. Platforms or integration. So this is the most common use case for the Shopify app development. Okay, built by third-party developers, extend the Shopify functionality. The most common use cases are extending the Shopify admin experience or create unique buying experience for customers or pull Shopify data store into your app. Platform integration. Okay, so how apps fit into Shopify. So this is the way how you can do this. Okay, developers build an app to meet merchant needs, which is exactly the reason why this client actually hired me. Okay, because it wants to develop new features for customers, in this case, merchants. Okay, so you can interact with the Shopify app APIs to extend functionality for that. Connect with Shopify API to extend store features. Okay, and the merchant, what it does is to download or install the app and add functionality to their store. Okay, so how apps fit into Shopify. So once the merchants install and interacting with your app can provide is an enhanced customer experience or an enhanced customer buying experience by adding features or extend the Shopify experience or extend the merchant's experience inside the Shopify admin or the Shopify point of sale, something that I know a little bit more, as well as integrate with third-party servers. Okay, but this is how the Shopify app fit into Shopify. Okay, so the user install and interact with your app, and the app allow you to add features to merchants to enhance the customer buying experience or enhance the merchant's experience by extend the Shopify admin or by extend the Shopify admins or the Shopify point of sales. Okay, so it can extend the experience inside of the Shopify admin or the Shopify point of sale. Okay, and they integrate with third-party service. Okay, so the key capability is to add features to enhance customer buying experience, extend the merchant experience inside of the Shopify admin and Shopify POS, as well as integrating with third-party services such as Stripe, PayPal, and you name it. Okay, so because right now that I understand this, okay, when it comes to create an app like this, in this tutorial you will create an app that users can access in the Shopify admin. Okay, you will use an app initialization command that generates starter code for building your app and set up your development environment so that you can work with your app using Shopify CLI. So the following scenario is this. You want to create an app that displays in the Shopify admin so that you can deliver the best user experience for merchants. Your apps will be closely integrated with Shopify and will use familiar user interface components and patterns. So what you will learn here is to, after you finish this tutorial, you'll have accomplished the following. Initialize your app in the command line, generate a new working directory that contains started code, and install all the dependency for your app, including Shopify CLI, and then install your app on the development store. This is the couple step that you have to do when you're creating an app. Okay, so you initialize your app in the command line, it generates a new working directory that contains started code, install all the dependency of your apps, including the Shopify CLI, and then install your app on the development store. Okay. So the step one is to create a new app. We can rely on PNP, performing npm, please, like this. So if we go back here to the code, okay, so let's go back here to the code here, to the code, that's right, we got it. Here we say, hey, you know what, what's going to create is, let's go to call this command, okay, it's going to run this command. Using that, it might take quite a little bit of time to do that. Okay. In this case, let's go to Luxury Subsidiary app. Luxury store, luxury test store. This. Which template would you like to use? Please use Node. And now it's downloading is the template, installing the dependency. Okay. Interesting. Installing the dependency. This might take quite a little bit of time. Okay. So meanwhile, okay, that was fast. Awesome. And then let's go to run the next step, which is now change working directory to the luxury test store, and then for extensions, run PNP generate extension to see your app run PNP dev, right? So performing npm run dev, Shopify app dev. Okay, looks like this is the first time you are running dev for these projects. Configure your preference by answering a few questions. Before proceeding, your project needs to be associated with an app. Okay, create this app as a new app on Shopify. Do list, create, which is the name of the app, so luxury test store. Okay, so what it's doing is creating is that app on the development store. Okay, app on install webhook delivery, that's right. So if I now hit or I press P, okay, and I navigate to, I look to the browser here, all right, it actually asks me, hey, I need you to install these applications in your apps. Okay, EU-Store Test 101, which is the name of a business, or in this case the name of this store. Wants to install is this. So luxury test store by business one, by this business, this app needs to access store information and edit store information. So contact business for one support, okie dokie, and then you install the app. All right, please do. It seems like it record and it remember my password here. So now I can see is this apps installed. Cool. So I have this luxury test store here. So actually this is not showing anything. This is the app name. Only this. So nice work on building on Shopify apps. Your app is ready to explore. It contains everything you need to get started, including Polaris design system, which is part of the feature from the app workflow, Shopify admin, and app bridge, UI libraries and components. Ready to go? Start populating your app with some sample products to view and test in your store. So learn more about building out your app in this Shopify tutorial. So all right, now if I keep, that was fast, that was actually pretty interesting. Okay, and the step 4 is add and publish product to your development store for testing. So from the home page on the new app, you can automatically populate your development store with products that you can use for app testing. You'll also need to publish the content on the online store channel so that they are available for use. From the home page, that app that you created, click populate 5 products to add product to your development store. Actually, I already have products, so I won't hit that. Okay, from your Shopify admin, so from your Shopify admin goes to products. From my Shopify admin goes to products. Okay, and hit products. Click the checkbox next to each product you want to publish. Okay, click next to each product you want to publish. So we'll say here the okay, like this, inventory not track, no, this, and complete the snowboard, another snowboard, and this snowboard. Okay, selling plants, ski wax, well, as well as the gift cards, right? Okay, so I'm selecting is a product that I want to publish. Okay, and click and then include in sales channel. Okay, so click and then include in sales channel. So the options here, so include in sales channel. It actually is asking, so Shopify asked me, hey, the online store and the point of sale, and I say please do. Including products include. Awesome. The products that you select are now published in the online store. So next steps, start building your app by populating data, to test your apps against. Designing your user interface with Polaris, interacting with Shopify APIs, and configuring a webhook so that your apps stay in sync with changing data. All right. So that'll be all for this video. In the next video, I'm going to focus on start building an app, okay, like this. Yep, like this. And because it has the front end section, which is pretty long, as well as the back end, all right, and the connect front end and back end, okay. So that'll be all in the next video. So for today's video, I'm just going to make a quick recap of the app that we're going to build, okay. So in this case, we're designing a QR code example app to demonstrate some of the patterns, components, and features that are common in Shopify apps. So the QR code apps address a real-world merchant's need and integrate seamlessly with the Shopify admin user interface. Interesting. So the QR code app address a real-world merchant needs and integrate seamlessly with the Shopify admin user interface. So users can create, view, edit, and delete QR code using the app. So actually performing CRUD operations. Create, read, update, and delete. Okay. The other is components library, like this. So the app uses Shopify app bridge and Polaris components library. An app bridge enables apps to communicate with the Shopify admins. An app bridge also renders important UI elements for your apps outside of the app iframe. Polaris components are a collection of interface elements that can be reused across the Shopify system. So Polaris is this UI design system from Shopify. In Shopify, the app bridge allows you to communicate with the Shopify admin. Okay, is this bridge? Is this? All right. Interesting. The UI, Polaris, the UI design system, and the bridge that allows you to communicate with the Shopify admin. Okay, all right. So that'll be all for this video. Take care. Bye-bye.